Rice is a staple food source which provides for more than 50% of the world's population. It is typically consumed as white rice, where the husk, bran, and germ are removed. One special cultivar of rice is black rice, which is dark purple in color due to the high anthocyanin content in the pericarp. Black rice has small, slender culms, short, narrow leaves, purple leaf margins, purple leaf tips, and purple stripes on leaf blades and sheaths. Newly developed varieties of black rice have longer and more translucent grains and have similar cooking qualities of softness, taste, and smell of jasmine rice. Although it is primarily produced in Southeast Asia, in recent years, cultivation in California has grown due to the increase in interest due to its large source of anthocyanins. Anthocyanins, the chemical component that gives black rice its color, are reddish-purple water-soluble flavonoids found in the pericarp, seco, and aileron layer in black rice. It is reported that black rice is twofold stronger in terms of antioxidant activities in comparison to blueberries. Anthocyanins potentially have a role in preventing chronic and degenerative diseases due to their antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, anti-cancer, and hypoglycemic activities. Black rice is usually sold as unmilled rice, where the husks, which are rich in fiber, are not removed. Traditionally used in China and Taiwan as dessert, it is often served with fresh fruit such as mangoes and lychees. It can be also used in place of plain rice in both sweet and savory dishes. In Korea, black rice is typically mixed with white rice for consumption. The production of black rice involves cultivation, harvesting, drying, storing, and milling. Black rice cultivation is similar to general rice cultivation, but has certain rules. To maintain quality, black rice should be grown in an organic way and in a natural environment. In Asia, primitive methods such as the use of animals like buffalo, ox, and caribou are used for plowing and harrowing. The land may be prepared with wet or dry soil depending on the water supply. The soil is typically prepared wet or puddled in Asia, while this is not practiced in America, Europe, or in Africa. For areas where the land is soft and animals and tractors sink in mud, soil is prepared with hand hoes. A typical crop yields about 4 to 6 metric tons per hectare. A crop typically reaches maturity around 105 and 150 days after the crop establishment. Activities involved in harvesting include cutting, stacking, handling, threshing, cleaning, and hauling. Having a good harvesting method can help maximize grain and yield while minimizing grain damage and deterioration. There are 2 ways harvesting can be completed, manually or mechanically. After harvesting, rice will contain up to 25% moisture. Drying is completed so grain moisture content is reduced to a safe level for storage. This is considered the most critical operation as delays or ineffective or incomplete drying can reduce the grain quality, leading to grain discoloration, development of molds, and increased likelihood of attack from pests. Ideally, rice grains should be dried right after harvesting within 24 hours. In terms of drying methods, there are both traditional and mechanical drying systems, mechanical ones which use forced ambient air or heated air. Rice grains are stored to prevent loss due to weather, moisture, rodent, birds, insect, and microorganisms. Rice should be stored in paddy form instead of its mill form as husks can protect against insects. There are different forms of rice storing facilities which depend on the quality of grain, the purpose of storage, and the location of storage. Rice can be stored through bulk, bag, or hermetic containers. Hermetic storage is when grain is stored in airtight containers, which allows moisture content to remain the same as when it was sealed. Black rice is rich in unsaturated fatty acids containing a higher lipid content in comparison to non-colored and red rice. Thus, during storage, oxidation of these unsaturated fatty acids form hydroperoxides, which when decomposed produce lipid oxidation products such as aldehydes. Black rice should also be stored at temperatures below 25 degrees Celsius for both milled and unmilled varieties. Black rice requires a 7% degree of milling to reduce 47% of the fat content. Milling removes the husk for an edible rice grain that is free of impurities. Washing or rinsing rice is a common practice where rice packaging and storage methods can leave rice exposed to dirt and other contaminants. This can lead to the loss of water-soluble nutrients such as starch, protein, vitamins, minerals, and fats. In terms of cooking, black rice can be cooked in the same way as white rice, using a pot using the absorption method or with an electric rice cooker. In some countries, the rice is also soaked prior to cooking, which helps soften the texture and decrease cooking time. In the previous figures, it can be seen that thermal cooking and cooking time does not fully destroy the amount of anthocyanins in black rice, but does significantly decrease the total amount. Soaking, on the other hand, does also decrease the amount of anthocyanins, but not significantly.